Hi, my name is Eliav. I'm running for BFA director. Some people have asked, hey, Eliav, you talk about having free seminars, having access to webinars or to in-person seminars where I can have access being in Wyoming if one's happening in New York. How do you do this and do this affordably and scalably? So in the past, any type of web streaming was expensive because the technology didn't exist yet. The technology that I use, and I've been doing this for almost 10 years doing different webinars, we use a company now called Zoom. Zoom allows you to have thousands and thousands of participants all in one forum that is closed, which means it's not put out on Facebook Live, it's not put out on somewhere else, although we can stream that to Facebook Live to specific pages if it makes sense. But as far as in a closed environment, it allows you to track people's email, who logged in, who came to the event, and then also allows you to have speakers all over the world. So instead of having to pay for a speaker to fly all the way from France to come in, or someone who did an Antarctic expedition to come in, or someone who's been flying for 40 years who may not be able to come, or a commercial balloon pilot that flies 300 hours a summer, they can do it just like this and join in on either that in-person as kind of a joint application, or it can also be done just via webinar. And I think there's places for both. And there is nothing in place of being an in-person webinar for the fact that you can hang out with other friends, right? You can ask about old stories, and there's some conversations that happen at the bar or over a cup of coffee that really do make a difference, where we do a lot of learning. At the same time, webinars also give people access to those conversations they wouldn't normally be having. And that's part of the director-at-large position. It's not for a specific area. It's how do you gather all of these people from across the United States and even some people across the world, and how do you have those people to be able to participate, those people to be able to ask questions? As far as cheapness, Zoom itself is $50 a month for the webinar platform. Even if we had 1,000 people coming, which we wouldn't have to any webinar, but let's say it was even 500, we're talking about $100 a month. That platform can be used across all the different seminars, even if we have multiple seminars going on the same day, and that is scalable and works from a technology standpoint without failing, has a very, very high efficiency rate of 99.7% uptime. So trying to figure out how do we make that scalable? Well, I think that the more knowledge that we can gather from different experienced pilots around the world, the better, right? The more that we can have those types of stories of someone who hit power lines, someone who flew in something that they shouldn't, and we can learn from those so that we don't repeat those actions, that's what's going to help us solve the current challenge that we have around training. And I do want to acknowledge, the BFA has done an amazing job over the years of things like, when in doubt, rip it out. Well, getting that out to someone who is flying, out in some random place that is not near a balloon community, sometimes that's challenging, and this is a great way to be able to do that. So I just want to say thank you. If you haven't voted yet and you are looking for, hey, how do we move the BFA into the future? How do we use more technology, give more access? That's what my goal is. So I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate your vote. Have a great day, guys.